and welcome back to yet another video on the channel. You're watching 𝗪𝗪𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗀 van life, and behind me is my 1982 Volkswagen T3 named Fergus that we've been renovating over the last year. So in today's video we're going to be giving you a brand new van tour of how Fergus looks now. So let's get on with the video and jump inside. Okay, so moving inside the Fergus, if you remember the very first video we did, the kitchen was all outdated. It had an old cooker, old sink, everything like that. We went for a more modern look with the kitchen, with these white doors and these oak countertops, and we finished it off with some brand new appliances like brand new sink, hob and a fridge, and I'm going to show you that right now. So moving on into the interior of the van looks completely different to what it did when we first got Fergus. If you remember, it had a tall cupboard here, it didn't have much counter space, and there was a little bit of storage back there. But for this look, we went for a brand new modern white kitchen with a solid oak top and plenty of workspace. So moving over to here, we have our Dometic 2-piece gas hob and our sink all together. So you just have to lift this up. You have your 2 gas rings, you have your spark for your gas, and you have your 2 knobs to control the gas. Over here you have your sink with this micro switch tap that you just, and then you have running water inside the van. Close these down and then you have full workspace to work with. Underneath the sink you have your water system. Now, this is a very basic water system in our van. We have our wastewater tank and our freshwater tank. This is our 12-volt water pump that takes the water from this through this tube up into there and out into the sink. Now, when we drain the water from the sink, it comes down here through this green and yellow hose into our wastewater tank. So when we're finished and we need to empty it, we just unscrew the lid, pull this out, empty our wastewater, and then we can fill our fresh water back up again. In this side of the kitchen we have our 2 drawers, our fridge, and another small cupboard here. I'll explain more about that in a second. Up here, the drawer, you just pull it and we have space for our knives, our forks, and all our cutlery. Same as the one down below it. For the fridge, we went for Dometic 12-volt compressor fridge, and some of you might remember in the very first or second video we bought a 𝗪𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗀 3-way fridge, but we found out that it wasn't efficient enough thanks to watching Jits Into the Sunset, so we decided to get rid of it and go for this 12-volt compressor fridge, which is more efficient on the battery. So you open it up, you have plenty of storage on the door. Inside the fridge you have plenty of storage here, and pull down this and then you have your freezer compartment. Along the side here you have your controls to control how cool you want to keep your fridge. Because the fridge that we originally got was a little bit wider than this, we actually had to make a cupboard in here, which is not going to be much use to us because it's so small, but it's more storage for us. Moving over to this side of the van, we have our control panel here with our voltmeter, 2 USB sockets, and a cigarette lighter. And if you pull out this, then we have a pull-out table, so when we're working in the van, put your laptop there, you can sit on the couch and you can work away. Underneath we just have more storage down below. Moving on to this side of the kitchen, we have even more counter space where we can do stuff on. Under here, this lifts up. Down in here is where we have our gas tank that control for the hob. This here lifts up, and down below you have your gas bottle. over here you have more storage, and down the back you have 2 cupboards for more storage and 2 wee shelves. Moving on to the main part of the van, the couch and the bed. If you remember, in the very first video there was a welded frame that came out to almost here and took up an awful lot of the floor space, so we wanted to go for a more original style look and we went for the rock and roll bed. So this bed is very simple. You just lift up, pull out, and it drops down, and then it gives you your full size bed. So let me demonstrate how it works. Just like that, you have your full size bed. Moving underneath the bed, this is where we house our leisure battery down here. We have our split charge relay that is constantly charging the battery while we drive when that battery is full. Then we just have a main breaker so we can break up the circuit whenever we want. And then over here we have our fuse board, so everything is running back to this fuse board, everything is fused, and that is basically our electric system. Now on the outside we do have a mains hookup point that will become running here, and we'll have a plug in here. We just haven't got around to that just yet. Underneath the bed, if we ever want to access it without having to lift this up, we have pull down drawer like that, where we can access our battery. We have our inverter and we have our jackery. One of the first things someone ever advised me to get for the van was this portaloo, because they come in so handy when you're stuck in one of those emergencies and you need to use the toilet. So one of the first pieces we got was this portaloo, and we wanted to hide it and make it rather useful, so we turned it into this box that someone can sit on while in the van, and if anybody needs to use the toilet, the lid lifts up and you can go to the toilet. In order to keep our battery charged as much as possible, we fitted the split charge relay that is going to be charging the battery while we drive. So when that van battery is full, the relay switches on and directs the power charge to our leisure battery, so that is keeping it charged. But on a sunny day like it is today, we fitted a solar panel to the roof. We went for the 𝗙𝗎𝗙𝗢𝗙 flexible 130 watt solar panel that is mounted on the roof, and the wires come down into this control panel down here. You just have your 2 wires coming from your solar panel and your 2 wires going to your battery that run along under the floor. They join onto the battery. So on a day like today, that battery's being charged. And you know it's working when you see 13.1 volts. To light the van up, we use these 12 volt LED lights. So I have 4 of them fitted around the van, and they put off enough light. 1 would be enough. Back here at the back of the van, I installed a light which is directly above the engine. So in the unfortunate event that we did break down somewhere at night, I have a light right above my head. So for the curtains, we used this curtain rope that runs along the length, top and bottom of the window, and these are actually recycled curtains that we got, and we've turned them into our own. So pull off the tie back and do the same the far side. In the interior of the van, we didn't change anything at all. We just kept it original the way it came. Now the dash is a little bit scruffed up, so we will probably end up painting the dash. But we kept the original headliner, the original steering wheel, the original dash. We have just painted the inside of the doors to match the outside. So there you have it, guys. Thanks very much for watching. After a year of renovating Fergus, it's so good to have him finally finished, and the next step is to get him out onto the road and get travelling around Ireland with him first. So our plans are, once we get a couple of wee bits and pieces added to the van and we put it through the test, we're going to be taken out onto the road and we're going to be travelling around the coast of Ireland. So that's going to be coming up very soon, and we actually got these little cards printed with a QR code on it, so when we do see other van life people, we can hand them out our card, scan the QR code, and it's going to take them right to this YouTube channel. So again, we're on 560 something subscribers. Our goal for the year is to reach 1,000 subscribers, so please help us make that come true by hitting the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the like, share. It helps the channel out greatly, so thanks very much, we all appreciate it. And until then, thanks for watching, and we're going to catch you in the next video.